Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Cop Council. How are we all? Hopefully, all of you are having a fantastic day from wherever you are around the world. And welcome to our post-match reaction to Liverpool's 2-0 win over Brighton. And what a win it was, of course. Look, we are in the nitty-gritty stages now of the league, I would say. Of course, the last 10 games now are upon us in the Premier League. And, you know, it was a much important win against a very, very good Brighton side. Of course, we'll be speaking about everything to do with the game. You know, all the goals, all the action, and all the major talking points coming out of the game as well. If anyone is watching, then I do very much appreciate it. If you could leave a like, very much appreciated. Hit that like and subscribe button. And of course, if anyone does want to join, then there is a link in the video description down below if anyone does want to join to come on and, you know, have your say realistically. But you know, for me, guys, this was a must-win game, especially, you know, after the weekend, after the midweek, I should say, against Inter Milan, and not so much the performance, but, you know, the loss and so on. And for me, it was just important for that. It was just important to get the win, get over the line, and put pressure on Manchester City, which is the most important thing anyway. But let me quickly share out the stream, guys, because I am a complete idiot, and I've completely forgot to do it. So, you know, so apologies for this, but at the end of the day, it was a must-needed win, like I have said, and fingers crossed as well. You know, we'll speak about it in a little bit, but hopefully no, you know, injury news then realistically for it. But let's speak then about, of course, the big talking point of the game. Before we do speak about anything else, why wasn't it a red card? Now, of course, I'm speaking about Liverpool's first goal of the game. And that was, of course, Luis Díaz's header, which, you know, originally I thought it was offside, the way that, you know, everyone was reacting. But, of course, it was, you know, due to Luis Díaz's injury. But, you know, why wasn't this a red card? You know, when you know when it's wrong, when people, you know, on BT Sport particularly are going, yeah, it's 100% a red card, and so on. You know, things that not even in rugby are like that, to be awfully honest with you. And for me, I just don't get how it's not a red card in particular. Look, for me, 100% get it. Why? You know, people are like, oh, we got the goal anyway, and so on. But for me, I don't get why it's not red cards. You know, like as I say, in sport, you know, in any other sport, it'd be a red card, done, dusted, and, you know, goodbye to Sanchez. And for some reason, he wasn't sent off, and you could only think it's because of the goal, which is the real shame anyway. But we are joined by a guest anyway. We are joined by the fabulous John Moore. John, how you doing, mate?
Not bad, mate. Not bad. How's you?
I'm very good, thank you, mate. Thoughts, like, we'll speak about the red cards quick. Thoughts on why this wasn't a red card?
Disgrace.
I couldn't get it.
It's just one word. Disgrace.
Do you think it was because of the goal? If the goal hadn't gone in, do you think he would have been gone?
Possibly. But should the goal matter?
No, it shouldn't.
That gives me memories of Mane against Edison.
Edison, yeah.
That was a red card. So why was it not a red card also?
I don't know. That's the thing. I've seen plenty of Brighton fans saying that, you know, oh, he's gone for the ball. He's attempted to try and get it. When you look at it, and, you know, exactly, and I'll show you one more time, but how, like, where in this does he go and get the ball? Like, he doesn't. He just puts his body there, and, like, we are lucky in the sense that Luis Díaz didn't get injured from this, which is the major important thing. And
We're
the best
lucky
thing about
he didn't break his fucking neck.
Yeah, literally.
He karate kicked him in the neck.
Yeah.
What sport is he playing? Football or fucking kickboxing?
It's what's that, like? It's not volleyball, but it's like you use your foot with it. It's something like I think the Brazilians play it quite a lot, but it's even then so stupid.
I didn't understand it. I was fuming. He didn't get a yellow card, did he?
No, he didn't. It got looked at VAR and Mike Dean, and apparently they just swiped away with it and said it wasn't a dangerous play, which
VAR needs to go.
I don't even think it's that though. I think it's the referees. Like, I don't think personally it's VAR. I don't think it's VAR's fault here. I think it's the people that's using it. Again, that conversation of it's VAR, that it's the people that's being controlled by. I don't think it's the technology.
So that's what I'm saying. The referees are best. To me, it proves against the game against Everton and Man City that was a handball, it was a penalty.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, it proves referees are biased. There's something out there. There's gin against Liverpool Winners League.
Yeah.
We need. Why do we not employ referees from abroad? 80% of the referees in Premier League are from Manchester.
Yeah, well, there was that map, wasn't there? That I think there's like what 3 that like isn't near like the northwest, which is
I don't get that.
It is stupid when you look at it. Like, it is the majority of the Premier League refs are from Manchester, which is sad.
You think, but if you're from Manchester, you either support Man United or you support City.
Yeah.
So why are you refereeing a Manchester game or a City game? Why are you refereeing a Liverpool game? Because they fucking hate us.
Well, and Mike Dean hates us as well. So thanks for freaking.
It does my boxing, but that was a red card all day long.
Yeah.
I don't care what anyone says.
Yeah, no, I absolutely agree with you. But moving away a little bit from it, of course, about this man, Luis Díaz. For me, unbelievable today. Absolute unbelievable.
I mean, I've never seen a player settle in their club so quick in my life. To me, he's probably going. I don't want to go over top, but could he be next Luis Suarez?
Yeah.
I don't think that's too far saying that.
It's very Suarez-esque what he's done so far.
He's unbelievable. And not many players settle in Liverpool that quick.
Do
you think it took Fabinho 6 months to settle in Liverpool?
Yeah.
He just came in right away. Bang.
Do you think that when Liverpool, of course, today we had a full squad, near enough. Do you think that Luis Díaz is in that first squad, when everyone's fit and available, or do you think that it's still probably Mane, Jota, Salah, or do you think he could even be, Bobby as well? Bobby's name is still in there for sure, but if everyone's fit and available and full firing, like what's your front 3? It's hard, right? It's very, very hard.
Yeah, I'd personally go with Díaz, Bobby, and Salah.
Wow. So no Jota or Sadio.
Don't get me wrong, you could play Díaz. Could you? Díaz, Mane, Salah, with Bobby just in behind. But if you're talking about front 3, it's Díaz, Bobby, Salah.
Very, very interesting. But guys, let us know your thoughts. Mitchell's in. Hello, Mitch. Hopefully you're on a fantastic day, my friend. Says lovely day out that. Had my feet up the whole game. Dominated from 1-0 onwards. Díaz is class, lad. He is an absolute baller. Doug is in as well. Doug, hopefully you're doing doing great, mate. Hopefully the COVID has gone away now. of course, Doug did have COVID this past week, so hopefully he is okay. And if anyone does want to join, there is a link in the video description down below. Come on, have you say, and let us know your thoughts about the game anyway. But to be fair, there was one other photo that I saved from the game, which I thought was hilarious, which was this one of Ali Beck. Where, like, if you want, you know, and I've got the caption here as well, Alisson, the best keeper in the world. And look, that's just Ali doing his normal thing to keep Liverpool winning a game of footy. I love the fact that, you know, throughout the game he didn't have much to do. You know, I know that Morpay was, you know, trying to take his knee off at some stages, and I know if there are any Brighton fans here, I know for a fact you'll be saying that it should have been a red card for handball outside the box. For me, it's I think if the ball is inside the box, it stays. Like, Alisson can be outside of the box. The ball has to be inside
the box.
Yeah, so there's no problems with that whatsoever. I just saw a lot of Brighton fans on Twitter having a you know, saying that it should have been a red card and so on. But still,
pretty so, because if that was us, we would be saying the exact same thing.
Yeah, no, exactly. But it's that thing about where, like we spoke about the Sanchez incident. You know, that should have been a red card, and it's like it matches up then realistically. But for me, I just love the man. When called upon again, and this is going to be crucial, isn't it, John, for the last 10 games of the season, how important world class number one is for your football team. Because you look at it now, we've got 10 games, City got 10 games. We are in the final stages now of the season where, and I saw someone say this, like, Alisson is practically the Peter Schmeichel for Manchester United. I thought it was like, yeah, that's pretty much nailed on. You know, what were your thoughts on Ali about the game anyway?
I think he did fantastic. That one, again, come back to that outside the box. The ball was inside the box, so there's no question. Right, fair enough. He was outside the box, but the ball was inside it. So you can't really punish a keeper for that, can you?
No.
But he is going to be critical for us going forward. We need him to be at his top level to win this league.
Yeah.
And for me personally, I think this league is it's in our hands. It's ours to lose. I really do think it's ours to lose. Because if we beat Arsenal on Wednesday, we go level points.
Well, it depends on if City lose to Palace on Monday and Liverpool beat. Hang on, let me get my facts straight. Yeah, if Palace beat City on Monday and then we beat Arsenal on Wednesday, then yes, we are level points with City.
No, we not go 3 points ahead.
No, because we're currently 3 points behind them.
So we beat Arsenal our game in hand.
Yeah, but City play on Monday, so they'll play one more game.
I thought we were 3 points.
We're 3 points. We're currently 3 points behind.
Right. No, I'm wrong.
And if we win, then we're equal. But then City have to lose for it to be, you know, literally same games played, same amount of points.
So City's sitting there at the minute going, if we don't win on Monday, Liverpool will be top of the league if we beat Arsenal.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
So it's in our hands.
Well, I looked at it, and it's like the next. I think we've got Arsenal, United. I can't remember the other game, and then we've got City in the league. I think it's about 4 weeks away that we play City.
Yeah.
And it's, of course, we could end up playing City, depending on, you know, fixtures and, you know, draws and that. We could end up playing City, you know, 5 times, I think, in a week.
I've seen that.
Which, if that happens, that'll be unbelievable.
Crazy.
But it's gonna be these very, very, very interesting to the end of the season, and I can't wait. And I agree with you, mate. I think, look, Liverpool, it's in Liverpool's hands. Of course it is. And look, if we manage to, like I said, we have Arsenal, Watford, Arsenal, Forest, Watford, then City. I think. Oh no, the United game's been postponed, haven't it? Yeah, never mind. So yeah, it is that. Forgot that the United game got postponed. But yeah, let's take a look then at the stats for the game. For the overall game, let me quickly make that bigger for you guys. As you can see, Liverpool, 2.49 on XG, compared to Brighton's 0.63. Brighton didn't have, hardly any shots, 8 shots, one big chance missed it. I think that was Trossard's chance that he completely skied over the bar. Of course, Liverpool scoring with Luis Diaz's header, and of course, Mohamed Salah's penalty. We'll speak about Mo in a brief moment. And as you can see, expected goals, Liverpool number one in everything, total shots, passes, defense, completely solid. Of course, Liverpool's top players according to FootMob: Salah, Díaz, and Matip. And then, of course, for Brighton, Lamptey. And for me, I thought Lamptey had a very, very good game. Going up and down. Look, Liverpool are going to be looking for right back cover, I would think, next season, depending on Neco Williams' situation. It's going to be very, very interesting to see whether or not if he moves on somewhere. Would you take him at Liverpool?
I would keep Nico.
I would as well, but I think that Fulham are going to want him.
Would you maybe just loan him back to Fulham for a season? I would really,
maybe.
Nico is a brilliant player. I would really love to keep him.
Problem is, he's never going to get ahead of Trent, is he?
But who is?
Anyway,
that's our problem. I don't see a player out there that's going to push Trent out the squad.
The United game is likely to be rescheduled for the 20th of April. Okay, that's fair enough. I don't like. For me, I agree with you. I don't think there is a player that can replace Trent, but I think it's massively depending on Nico, whether or not he wants to stay as a number 2, or if he wants to go to a up and down Premier League club like Fulham, and do that. I think it massively depends on him and what he wants. To be awfully honest, though. Data says hello, Data. Hopefully, on a fantastic day. Geeman says we are ahead on goal difference. Yes, we are. Sorry, I had to miss. The game. Hopefully, well, what's the highlights? To be fair, Data. To be fair, it was just Diaz's header. Liverpool's passing in the final third wasn't the best today, but of course, and of course Mo Salah's goal that we will talk about in a brief moment if it comes down to that. Goal difference is going to be key this season and could very well win Liverpool a league title. But let's speak, of course, Mo Salah. Now, one thing I am going to say before, if anyone does mention in the comments, his contract situation, we will be speaking about it on Monday. I'm going to have a show probably around 8 o'clock on Monday speaking about it. If any of you guys want to tune in, hopefully I'll have a couple of lads on as well, because of course it is, I think, of course, not major newsworthy in terms of, developments, but I think a lot of people have had this say over the last 24 hours about it. And of course, we'll talk about it on Monday. We won't speak anything about it today, but I say that, watch us end up speaking about it in the next 5-10 minutes. But of course, Mohamed Salah, yet again, 20 Premier League goals. I think it's the 4th time he's done it out of 5 seasons. Of course, that time that he did miss out was 19. So again, phenomenal record by the Egyptian king. And John, today wasn't his best game by a country mile. I thought he was probably the worst out of the front 3. Again, but cool and calm and collected when called upon, especially for the penalty. If he misses that, it gives Brighton another life, I would say. But when that went in, it was just dead and buried, wasn't it?
It was. People, I don't think people actually understand how good Mo Salah is sometimes. He can be really quiet in games and then out of the blue just show up. He wasn't great there, he wasn't. But when he was called upon, he done what Mo Salah does.
Yeah.
Is score a goal.
Yeah.
Again, apparently he's only a one-season wonder. He just doesn't know that season's finished.
Yeah, it's just a continuation. We're still living in 2017.
No one's told him what season's done yet.
And somehow he's getting better and better each year.
It's incredible.
It's unbelievable. Let's not lie about it. He is the best football player in the world. There's probably him, Lewandowski, and Benzema at the minute. I would say that can have that conversation in the world. I know everyone. I know people might clip this and go, "Oh, Ronaldo, Messi, and things like that." Yes, Ronaldo and Messi are unbelievable, and look, they have been brilliant. But this season, and I mean this season, both of them have been crap. Look,
people say Mbappe. See, that's probably going. People are going to hate me for this. I think Mbappe is probably overrated.
Ooh. That would be if we did like a outtake show where you have one of those big statements. That would be it. Kylian Mbappe overrated.
I genuinely think he is. He's never done anything outside of France. Now, people say he's won the World Cup, right? Fair enough. But there have been plenty of players that won the World Cup who are shit.
Mustafi.
Exactly.
He's just the first guy I know. I think he was in the German squad, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I had to think about that then.
So, until he does something outside the French league, now we all know the French league is shit.
The Farmers League.
Even I don't think he's done much in the Champions League either. He scores goals, but I don't think he's that great.
Yeah. Well, Gary says there, Salah is great. Salah is phenomenal. That's not lie about that. Data says Ronaldo and Messi are aging now, not the same players they used to be. For me, Messi is the best of all time, but losing it now. Yeah, Messi is for me.
Is he?
For Messi,
is he the best of all time?
Yeah, for sure.
But right, I'll go back to my other point. Messi hasn't done anything outside of Spain.
Who do you think it is then? Ronaldo?
I think it's Ronaldo.
Wow, really?
Ronaldo's done it in England. He's done it in Spain. He's done it in Italy. That's 3 different leagues Ronaldo has proved himself in. Messi's only proved himself in 1 league.
I get that, but you look at I think if you watch Ronaldo, watch Messi, Messi is
he's top quality.
Hmm.
But he hasn't proved himself in other leagues.
I get that, but for me, it's just Messi. Ronaldo is hardest working player ever we've ever seen, whatever. But Messi for me is like Maradona and Pele and even Johan Cruyff as well. When you look at things like that, of course, wasn't born when they were in their primes, but when you just look at highlights and look at games and that, you get those one. But it's now we currently in this new generation we've got Mbappe, Haaland, Salah, Lewandowski. Well, I know Lewandowski's currently in this one, but there will be that next era of football.
Yeah.
And I think that Ronaldo with crying faces. I can see the argument for Ronaldo personally, but for me, it's just Messi. He is a godsend.
I get Messi is an outstanding player. I just think to be the best player of this generation, you need to do it in more than 1 league. Messi hasn't done it.
Oh, Mitchell says, I also think Ronaldo is clear. Mitchell, you're banned. I'm kidding. I think that it's. I absolutely understand where people come from. Where Ronaldo's done it, Premier League, Serie A, and La Liga. But I don't know. For me, it's just messy.
It's a hard one. Between two of them, it really is hard to choose.
Well, secretly, we all know it's Mohamed Salah walks all over him, but
of course it is.
but
Salah beats everyone.
well, to be fair, the first ever Ronaldo I fell in love with is Brazilian R9. It's just something about Brazilian R9.
The only person ever put up against him is that I'm saying as a Liverpool fan is Jordy Best.
Maybe, yeah.
Jordy Best does not get the credit he deserves. He was an outstanding player.
Honestly, I believe Ronaldinho was better than Ronaldo. Ronaldinho was an absolute baller, but
he's a maniac.
When you look at it as well, he was only at Barcelona for like 2 or 3 years.
2 years.
Ridiculous. Like, I always thought that he was there for longer.
But he's fucking. I think that guy wasted his career, in a way.
I just hit 1.7k, Connor. I'll be back soon. Oh, that's good news, Doug. And congrats as well on 1.7k. George Best retired at like 28, not even on the same page. Says Mitchell. To be fair, like it's like Cantona, like he retired at 30. Like all the best players, like before this, they always retired really early, which was weird.
But George Best, if you look what he done in terms of his football and his skill, he's up over the best players. Yes, he was very young because everyone knows George Best has problems. Everyone knows that. But put this way, could you picture Ronaldo going on a night out, drinking 30 beers, and then turn up the next day and scoring a hat-trick?
Probably not. But
George Best done that.
I know he did that, but it's one of those things, isn't it, where you look at it and it's like when you watch, old snooker games and you're like, with, Alex Higgins, for example,
Alex Higgins is another legend, no?
Yeah, like he was unbelievable, but he did it like all the time drunk, and it was like when you look at it, it's like, wow.
Actually, the bar I worked in as a chef, Alex Higgins used to come in and play snooker.
What did
he? Alex Higgins was the nicest guy you ever meet in the world. Real nice guy.
I remember meeting John Higgins once. This turned into a snooker podcast. Sorry, guys, but I remember meeting him once, and he was nice. Very, very nice guy.
Higgins was off. I tell you what, even retired, he could still beat anybody.
Yeah.
Mate, I swear to God, he used to walk in the bar and he'd put £100 table. Challenge me. The guy walked out £1,000.
Bloody hell.
He was unbelievable.
But getting back on then to the game, guys, let us know your thoughts in the comments as well. I pretty much think everyone's in agreement here, in it being Luis Díaz. But if you can give a 1 to 3, John, of who your man of the matches would be, who would they be?
Ali. I thought he played well. Luis Díaz, man of the match all day long. I'll go Díaz, Ali, Mane. I thought Mane played well today, no?
I think a lot of people are liking Mane now in the 9 role.
I love it. I love him in the 9. I do.
I can see why, to be fair, because look, I remember when probably back like 2 years ago, no, like 3 years ago, when he played against Watford in the false 9, and he was brilliant. And like since then, like we've always wanted, and it's good versatility, out of everyone. That Sadio could play on the left, play in the middle, can even play on the right as well. which I think is the best part for it. But yeah, I would see. For me, I've gone obviously Luis Diaz, man of the match. No questions asked about that.
No.
Then to be fair, I went with Ali and I went with Joel Matip. I thought Matip's assist for Diaz's header was unbelievable. Like I remember I laughed on BT when I think they were saying, "Oh, it's a brilliant ball by Trent," and then realized Matip had done it, and it was like what? But I love Joel
Matip is
Matip.
so underrated. He really is so underrated.
Well, you look at it, he's had a full season, and hopefully, touch wood, retains the fitness now. Look at it when he's fit and available. Unbelievable, just absolutely unbelievable.
He's unreal. When Matip is fit, like he is at the minute, we have the two best centre backs in the league.
Oh yeah, with the country mile.
Easy. We get two best centre backs in the league. Personally, we get the best right back in the league, the best goalkeeper in the league, and the best left back in the league. I don't see anybody competing with that back five.
Yeah. Well, to be fair, I think Cancelo's been up there this season at left back, but I think Robbo is still unbelievable. On his day. Did Firmino take part today? No, he stayed on the bench. The only subs were, who was it? I think it was Keita and Salah come off for I think Thiago and Jota. Mo as well with a foot injury by the looks of things as well. That he suffered after he scored the penalty. So I don't know.
Was that an injury? Was it rest?
People I looked on Twitter and people were saying injury, and I think Jurgen called it an injury, but I think it's just, I think he might have had cramp in his foot. I think, but I'm not sure. But they were saying injury before I came on. So
I was watching it in the pub, and there are people saying that he's brought off to be rested, and then people saying, he's injured. I mean,
we'll check.
Injured.
We'll check up on it, but I think it was just an injury that Jurgen just took him off for precaution. I don't think it's much problem with it. But Black Magic says another 3 points today. Hip hip hooray! Hello, Black Magic. Hopefully, on a fantastic day. Alisson making that save cold. He's the second man of the match today. Well, to be fair, he gets to look like Spider-Man.
That is Spider-Man.
I love him. I absolutely love him.
That's not even possible.
To be fair, that come from, I think it was it a mistake by Virgil, I think. But either way, even if Virgil does make that odd mistake, he's bloody brilliant.
That is not human possible. I don't understand how you get your body in that shape.
But we do have another guest, and he is in the green room, and he is smiling to me right now. Hello.
I'm not even in focus. Hang on.
Remove him, and then we'll. You smile at me and then go, "I'm not focused." What is wrong with you? Right, all right. When Jack fixed that, Jack, give me the thumbs up when you're done. But for God's sake, man.
Yeah, right. Yeah, very unprofessional for me, Connor. Sorry, boys. But I was just listening, boys. A tremendous result on it. Happy days. But yeah, cheers for having me on, mate. John, hope you're well, mate. Did you go out for the game, John? Or?
I did. My pal was over from Belfast. I haven't seen him in 15 years, so I went with him for a couple of pints to watch a match. But it's a good game. Enjoyed it.
Yeah, made up, Con. Made up.
Well, to be fair, Mitch, I could absolutely kill you by a lot.
Oh yeah,
Mark loves his fish.
Oh yes, Mitchell. I might have to do some branding. I think I have to do some branding.
Doug might be here still, but Doug, we are gonna bring like a plate of fish fingers on the stream on Friday. just
fish finger sandwich. Fucking love it.
Yeah.
Bit of red sauce.
I'd say Matip is the fourth best centre back in the league. Second is a bit of a stretch. Fourth is still amazing. Mitch, who'd you put there? Probably Virgil's number one, and then Rudiger and Diaz.
Diaz, Rudiger.
Matip's better than him too.
And Thiago
Well,
Silva.
To be fair, it thingies me when like people still think that Slab Ed Maguire is still up there for best defender, or like one of the best defenders in the league. Not saying that he is, because he isn't by a country mile.
Just remind everyone that the Fridge is the most expensive defender in the world.
He's fucking shite. He's not even worth 10 quid.
How's that possible?
This is the thing, Con. You got two mates that are our own class as YouTubers, part-time YouTubers. Hang
on.
You're definitely part-time, Con. I know I am as well. We're part-time.
Hang on a minute. We're not part-time. We're full-time. Just taking a little bit.
Oh, come on, chat. Wait.
No, we are part-timers for sure. We are part-timers.
We've got the inconsistency of Man United trying to get top four, mate, uploading videos.
Well, to be fair, hopefully later on, Spurs do a job on United later on. Thanks for the shout out, bro. Do you think Diaz is the new Coutinho with pace? He showed so much bravery with that header. Well, to be fair, I agreed with John. I don't think he's a Coutinho. I think he's a Luis Suarez. He, for me, just
sorry, Jordan. I love Mitchell. No, I love Mitchell. Look at the one below it.
Matt could tell us the story about you, mate.
No, down. The fucking
down.
Yeah, the Tesco fridge.
I hate you so much.
For fuck's sake.
I couldn't see it. It was underneath one of the other comments.
Aren't they quite expensive, those fridges? I don't know, but
Maguire was a very, very expensive fridge. Let's not lie about it, but no. But I'd say
the fridge is fucking broke.
Yeah. To be fair, it's been broke for a while. It's been off its sell-by date for the last couple of seasons. Maka, tell us a story about your mate about Newcastle.
Oh, today it's nothing special, mate. I was meant to have gone to Newcastle and not done bloody live stream watch-alongs, but obviously, COVID test inaccuracy of their COVID testers. So hopefully, we'll be seeing Dodds, our good mate George. He's been on the channel. Hopefully Con can get up as well. But I think over the last 6 months, over the last 2 years, it's been a bit mad on it. But I was meant to be going down. I booked my train ticket at the Newcastle and then didn't end up going, obviously, because of that. But we'll see you soon, Dodds, and obviously the good Geordies that they are anyway.
Maguire is one of the worst United defenders ever. Ben, you can get in the bin. Con only streams when we win. To be fair, that's not true. I've live streamed when we've lost really, really badly.
I don't think I'd done a post-match after when we got twatted by Watford. I think I might have been banned if I actually come on after that game, because I tell you, I was angry. That is what's been one of the most angriest shows like games you've ever watched over the last couple of years. That's got to be up there for me.
That and Villa.
Yeah, I think the Villa one, they were just...
Yeah, the Watford one.
Yeah, the Watford one sent me my head west, mate. I think it was because I wasn't used to us losing.
Well, no, we spent the whole season unbeaten.
I just hear the Arsenal fans fucking laughing.
Oh, yeah. We'll see.
I love it now when you have like Watford's Twitter bring it up, and then you have that like Liverpool's Twitter just goes, but we still won the league and you got relegated. It's like, yeah, that sounds like I absolutely love it. For God's sake, Mitch. Fish Fingers Jack says, Doug.
Being called worse things, Doug, it sounds.
For God's sake. My mother is better defender than Maguire. I said rubbish. Spencer.
I think that's the Russians.
Yeah. Well, we won't speak about that. One of them old fridges that make them random noises like it's switching keys. That's Maguire. Well, to be fair, it's like one of those like computers that thinks about it for a very long time, and then he does it like 12 hours later. That's literally Maguire.
But Luis Díaz, what a baller. And I've just been speaking. I was listening to you you and John speak about Díaz and everyone in the chat. I think John was spot on. The likeness. I was speaking to Spider and Dave on my post-match, mate. His attitude, typical South American, and he's such a remarkable player. A nice one, Spurs. Thank you for doing the business for us. But yeah, he is going to be, if he can just start scoring a couple more goals, which he has done today. I think that's his 17th goal this season, along with obviously when he was at Porto as well. So tremendous, mate, and fully agree with what John was saying in terms of the attitude, the way in which he approaches games. I think Robbo joked after the game. He's playing well just because he doesn't know much English and he's just getting his head down and working, which is the most important thing.
Yeah. I'm trying to get his stats up a bit quick. So far this season, he's played in 2021, he has played 38 games, 18 goals, 6 assists in all competitions.
It's a scary heading about him, but he doesn't know English and he's playing outstanding. So picture him when he learns English, he knows what to do in a team.
And Scouse and Scottish as well.
He's going to be a killer. He's going to be a killer.
Yeah. It's this thing where we were speaking about, before we signed Díaz, that this team might need something different up front and the rebuild up front. And was he played 5 league games this season? Obviously a couple of Champions League and a League Cup final, but he is already offering so much difference than what we already have compared to Jota and Sadio Mane on that left hand side. And like I said to John earlier, you now start to question, what is Liverpool's best front three? Is it the current front three that we've got? Does Jota break that? Does Bobby break that? It's such a good header. Not good header. It's such a good headache for headache for Jurgen. And the fact that Divock Origi wasn't on the bench, Taki wasn't on the bench, Ox wasn't on the bench. There's so many options now for Liverpool. It's unbelievable, and it reminds me of I hate to say it, but the old Manchester United team in the noughties where they'd have Berbatov, Tevez, Ronaldo, Rooney. That quality, you look at every single position, and there's a world class player there. I think Liverpool are there now.
Yeah.
What do you guys think?
Yeah, 100% agree with him, mate. And I think all of us, Liverpool fans around the world, we've been crying out for squad depth, and there's no better man in world football to manage. I know we take the piss out of Pep in terms of the money, but him and Klopp are very good managers, and the way in which they balance the players. I think, especially the mentality in which Jurgen Klopp has instilled since being at Liverpool Football Club. It is all for one for all, really. And I think you could see Milner, I think the Jota and Firmino all on the bench today. Obviously, they'd be disappointed and they want to play every single game. But they are on the understanding of, I'll get my chance. And Jurgen's always banking the drum about, if I select you, could be Bobby in a couple of weeks in the last stage of the Champions League, leading the line for Liverpool. But it's about getting the right attitude from the players, and all of them do hit the ground running.
Yeah. Absolutely. Hope Ireland hammer England in the rugby. I know Dave would be very happy with that. To be fair, Wales lost last night, so it's absolute shite for Wales this year. Has he got a song yet? Luis Suarez wears Luis Diaz's pajamas. Are you guys having fish for tea? For God's sake, we're not having this fish conversation.
I had the Chinese last night.
Did you enjoy it after?
Too much. Me being a fat bastard. I got too much. It doesn't help. I need to lose my lockdown belly. But it doesn't help when I'm getting Chinese. What's everyone's favourite Chinese selection for that?
We're not starting this conversation. This is that's like for a midnight stream. No,
is it Gavin and Stacey? Yeah.
No, stop this.
Pork chow mein. A real spicy Singapore chow mein.
Oh yes, John. Right, you can. I'll order that when you come round. But But yeah, there we go. We'll move on before we get told off by Connor.
I hate you so much. But I will ask you, Jack and John as well. I asked John about this earlier. Why wasn't it a red card for the game? Now I've got the photo.
Manx, mate. Well, I don't know. I don't even know who's in charge of VAR, but I think only. I think it was
Antwell, wasn't it? I think it was Stuart Antwell.
Probably goes Man United top man or something. Probably sat there in his pajamas there, did he? In the VAR. You don't see obviously the pictures in the VAR room. I think it was they do in the World Cup and the Euros, don't they? They show like the room.
I think Serie A as well do it.
Do they show the
yeah?
Obviously, God knows what they're getting up to in there. They're probably whole offices are probably on fire or something. It's like that meme, but I think it has helped, and it shouldn't be the case. But I think it's helped that the ball has gone in. I think if that goal didn't go in or hit the post or went wide, I think the ref has got no choice other than to send them off, because obviously it would be technically denying a goal scoring opportunity. I know there's players around him, but Díaz was in the motion in terms of going forward, putting the ball through in the back of the net anyway. So
yeah, it's
stupid, but that's what I'm trying to get into the bloody heads of these referees. I think it's because the ball's in the back of the net, then they've let him off for me.
But it was I can't remember what game it was. It was like last year where I think Liverpool. I think Salah scored a goal, but got tackled from behind it. Normally it'd be a straight red card, but wasn't given. I think for a similar thing, and I just don't get why. Because at the end of the day, is it endangering a player? Yes, absolutely, 1000%. But just because it's a goal, it shouldn't be. It's a goal, it's not a red card. I think that if you're practically clotheslining someone, and popping their head off, it should be a red card. End of the day, but I forgot.
That's UFC.
Yeah. Well, to be fair, I got the photos and it was fair play to people on Twitter that actually take the screenshot of the actual time, but that's just before obviously contact is made. But to be fair to Luis Díaz as well, many of a player, but they would not put his head there. Many player would just
shit out of it.
Yeah.
Fair play to whoever's got time to do that, because he's took pictures of the game anyway. But
lad, to be fair, people make photos of Ali.
Hang on, better man.
Wait, what are you looking at?
I don't understand. How is that possible?
What is it? Hang on, is that advert from 20 years ago? Was the scorpion kick? I fully expect 1 week to Ali to do a scorpion kick when we're 5-0 up, and just to clear it off the line. Hopefully, he does that against
That
City
reminds me of the goalkeeper years ago who saved. There was shot against him, and he done a fucking somersault and kicked it with his feet.
Yeah, I think that's what I'm talking about, John. Is it the fellow with the big hair?
The big curly hair?
Yeah, it's Colombian, Colombian keeper.
That's not normal.
To be fair, I get it's after the save, but it's when you just look at a still image, it's what are you doing?
I think Alisson just gets bored, doesn't he? He's just let me give me some exercises here.
But Jack, we did speak about man of the match. For me and John, it was both of course Luis Díaz. And we did 1s to 3. For me, I think it was Ali was 2 and John Matip was 3. But what would be your 3 for man of the match? Do you first of all think it's Luis Díaz anyway?
Yeah, of course, Steve Johnson. Díaz 100%, 1,000,000% first, and then it's weird, it's very close. I'd have to go with Joel Matip second, Alisson. No, I'll go Ali second, because as I say, it's late on in that game. Could have been 2-1 and then could have easily been 2-2, similar to what we done at Anfield, but Ali was there to stop shots. So I've got Ali second, and then go Joel Matip, but I've got to shout out Henderson as well, make Henderson fourth, because I think even though it wasn't the best performance by Liverpool by a stretch, but still a good performance. But the performances in which we won from Henderson, a captain-esque performance, typical Jordan Henderson, especially in the latter stages of the game when, as we said, sometimes the foot does psychologically, it happens. All the top teams do it. The foot does come off the gas a bit, but Henderson was there on the pitch. But yeah, I'd go Díaz, Ali, Matip, Hendel. Actually, I'd put a fourth on there.
No. But to be fair, I think even, as we spoke about earlier, I think even Sadio could be on that list as well. He was brilliant as well today. But what else do we have? Gary says, the Watford game was bizarre. Dr. Pepper Connor, no, I don't have any Dr. Pepper, I'm afraid. Chinese after Liverpool win is class. But I have to say, even when we have a bad day, Chinese for dinner is still class after Evan Rents. Absolute Tom.
Especially when you're whacking in the microwave and just warming up the following day or morning.
A Chinese just to cure a hangover.
Oh yeah.
Do you know what?
I'm gonna make everyone starving after this last year.
Yeah, absolutely.
I want to fucking Chinese now. I'm going to the Chinese after this.
Yeah, it's treat yourself, boys and girls, everyone. It's the weekend. The Reds have won.
Look, the Reds have won, and look, at the end of the day, Liverpool could be top of the league by Wednesday. So, just enjoy the weekend. England have a red card, says Doug. It's a booking. He hit him in the chest. The ref,
the ref's a pony. That's one way of saying it, Gary. Oh, that's a nice way of saying it.
I was about to say that is definitely one way. Mitchell with the fish. Yeah. I think that's every single fish emoji, to be fair, that you can possibly have. Alisson's better than De Gea. Liverpool need a number 9. Alisson's better, De Gea shouldn't even be in the conversation. And number 9, look, Liverpool scoring goals at the end of the day. Do we need a number 9?
Imagine if you had Alisson and Ederson up front. Christ almighty, what a strike partnership that'd be.
What's your favourite Chinese food?
John said chow mein. I'd go or satay. I had satay last night.
No, I get a bit of Singapore chow mein, but
oh yes, Singapore.
I don't know. I'm just like salt and pepper chicken or salt and chili chicken. It's really, really nice.
Anything with prawns.
I had salt and pepper doner meat last night.
We had chat. We had this conversation last night. Me and and we literally said, I literally said to McKenna, I was like, how does that work? And it was literally just a load of meat,
and with a load of salt and pepper.
Yeah.
How the fuck did you get stuff? That's wrong.
Sorry, John. John's so offended that he had a doner meat.
For God's
sake. Was
sake.
it nice?
Yeah. I'm telling you, I'm a fat bastard, so I'll eat anything now, so I'll happily eat it.
Next time in Liverpool, I need to try that. I don't believe I do. That's not impossible.
Tom says Jack, Stevie G, and Darren Farrell will be doing you for copyright if you keep those impressions up.
Of course.
Well, to be fair, they'll be copyrighting me because it's on my channel. Coca-Cola wings, Doug. Coca-Cola wings.
Tartar sauce, Jack.
Tartar sauce.
It depends what it's on. Yeah. We need to make a fish channel, boys.
I like a bit of tartar sauce.
Yeah, where's me? Yeah, there's what I preferred earlier. There you go, birds. I sponsor us all. There you go. For the advertising.
Well, to be fair, over the last week, the amount of fish fingers that we have spoken about, especially Bird's Eye, there needs to be a sponsorship deal. At some stage, the chippy across from Anfield is boss. Says Gary, nice. Boss.
That is nice.
But guys, I think we are going to leave it there for tonight because we are slowly turning into a food channel.
Food review.
A food.
Get your views in that though. I tell you, the TikTok's amazing.
Well, to be fair,
fish and chips, tartar sauce, and can and brew.
Fish up mukbang. That's going to be the.
What have you just said?
Go and look it on YouTube.
Is that like a Welsh cuisine?
No, it's a mukbang. It's like you speak while you eat.
I've never heard that.
Literally, type it into the search bar and it'll literally come up with like loads of views. It's not just me with this, right?
Oh, careful what you're typing in here, boys.
Yeah,
Yeah,
speak
Connor's
by
going to be
me.
getting your bans. Yeah.
Is it a Welsh thing, for God's sake?
That's definitely a Welsh thing.
It's not a Welsh thing. I'll be back soon, says Doug. Hopefully out of isolation on Monday. That's fantastic news. Fingers crossed for that. How are you, Doug, says Gary, as well. But guys, thank you so much for tuning in to today's show. Like I did say, hopefully we can get the lads on for Monday's show. Because of course we will speak about, of course, a certain Egyptian's contract situation on Monday, and his stupid agent, and of course Fabrizio Romano milking the situation more than you would a cow. But at the end of the day, we will speak about that on Monday, because I think it is going to be a big show for that, and hopefully there's going to be some more news about it as well in the coming days, and hopefully weeks, anyway, as well. But to John and to Jack as well, thank you very much for coming on. Gary says mukbang. I know it, says Gary. So see, it's not just me, it's just uncultured people. You're on mute.
I've heard of the mukbang. That's on a weekend when I'm just scanning all my food. Bang in my mouth, bang! Just whack it in.
Guys, if you love this show, then please subscribe, because forget this. Like, bloody hell. Gary, I'm a lot better than I was. That's fantastic news, Doug. Very much glad to hear that. And great stuff, Douglas, as well. But guys, thank you so very much for tuning in. If you haven't already, then please feel free to like, share, and subscribe. And yeah, we will see you on Monday for the Mohamed Salah contract show. So hopefully we'll see you all then. Ta-ra.